Okay, I thought that I would just do a little video on how to glaze your bed. A few of my friends that knew that I was going to do this told me to take videos, and when you post stuff, then that way we'll know how to do it and it'll be a little bit easier. So, as you can see, part of it is already glazed. I have this whole top part is done here. You can see there's black all the way in the creases. And then I have done the poles here on the right all the way across almost until here. I still have to finish this bottom pole. I guess I missed it. I've done both plates, and then I need to do these poles on the left here. The whole pole and then the bottom. So I think you can tell the difference. But so my bed was brown. I've already sprayed it with primer, and then I already sprayed it with white paint. So I'll post those instructions on the blog. But basically, you're going to start with your glaze. Mine is already mixed. I've been working at this for just a little bit, and I'm almost done. So I don't have a video showing you how to mix the glaze, but it's really easy. I'll post instructions on that too. So I'm going to come over to my glaze, and you're going to dip your paintbrush in about half an inch to an inch. I'm trying to hold the camera and also do this, so forgive me if it's going to just go everywhere because I'm not very good at focusing. So you're going to do about half an inch to an inch and just try to work in small spaces so you have time to rub it all off and get it how you want it before you move on. So let's do the top of this pole. This will be a good start. So I'm kind of in the light, but I think you can see where the creases are. And you're just going to start at the top and you're going to push it and you're going to work all the way down, and you're just going to make sure you get it in the creases. And I know what you're thinking right now. If you're anything like me, you're thinking, oh my gosh, Jamie, you are ruining this bed trying to put all this black paint on your bed. It was so pretty white, but don't worry. It's going to be so cute after I pull it off. You'll see. So you could do the whole bed if you wanted to, but basically I'm keeping the whole bed a nice stark white color. If you do the whole bed and then you pull the glaze off of the bed, it's going to leave a little bit of a grayish tint to everything, but I want to keep it a nice clean white. You can kind of see how it's a little bit shiny and glossy. So basically, I'm going to do this whole part because of all the crevices, but on the flat plates and things like this, you don't have to do it all in paint. Just basically where you need to get into the nooks and crannies. So I'm going to bend down a little and hopefully you can still see. So if you need a little bit more paint, just dip it back in the container. That's what I'm doing. And then you're just going to continue getting your paintbrush all in the creases. And the key to this is just, sorry, I can't focus. I'm trying to hold the camera and do it myself. The key is just to don't be perfect with it. The moment you try to be perfect and you overanalyze it, you are going to spend way too much time and you're going to drive yourself crazy. Okay, so, and I'm breathing a little bit hard. I'm outside and it's been snowing all day and it's cold and I live in high altitude, so it's a little hard to breathe, but I'm in my garage, so just bear with me. So you get the paint in all the areas that you can get it into. Just kind of shove your paintbrush into all the corners. And don't even worry if you get too much. Just kind of try to do a thin layer, but make sure it's still kind of gloopy into where you need it to be. And I think it's about good. You can see. So the next part, you are just going to sit your paintbrush down and grab a clean rag. And the key is you want a rag that is about the same color as your bed. So I don't think you can tell now, but I was using a red rag. And then when I started to pull the glaze off, because of the texture of the wood and the spray paint, some of it is a little coarser than others. And then I was getting red rag pieces all in my bed, but I don't think you can tell. But I had to go kind of wipe them all out. So now I'm using a cream rag, so I don't have to worry about that. But you're just going to start at the top with your rag, and you're just going to wipe down. Okay, and some of your bed, because of or some of your piece of furniture because of either the primer that you put on it or the paint, or if the wood is already pretty coarse, it's going to be a little bit harder. Can't really see because of the light, but it's going to be a little bit harder to pull it off. So this part is actually sticking to the glaze pretty well, where it shouldn't be because it's a little bit rougher. So, but it's not going to be a problem, you'll see. So you're just going to start and just keep wiping all the way down. And don't be too particular with it, because the moment that you get so particular and you try to perfect it, it's just going to drive you crazy and take you so much longer to get it done. So, if I can stay out of the light, you can see where I've started. And I've just rubbed down. And you can try to stick your rag in there a little bit and just try to get what you can. If you get to the point where you pulled some of it out on accident, you can just go like right here and right here inside those creases. You can just dab a little bit more paint inside. So grab your paintbrush again, and then just go back in and fill kind of your holes where you left it. Put your paintbrush back down, grab your rag, and just wipe. And then you can get it out. And I think the best thing about this is that because it's supposed to give like an aged, tarnished sort of look, it's not going to be perfect. It's not going to be symmetrical. You're going to have little pieces of black. You can see along the bottom of the bed. Gosh, I'm in the light. You can see around the bottom of the bed how I have black, and I don't care. I'm going to leave it. I think it's cute. The top of one of those poles has a black dot on it. It's going to be a little bit messy. Your paintbrush might hit things it's not supposed to, and your cloth might rub it somewhere else, but I think that's like the cool part about it, is that it doesn't really matter. It's not a perfect project. So I'm going to come to the side and wipe on the side and just try to get it out as much as I can. And then you can tell how the top part is pretty white, but around here you can see a lot of dark. I'm trying to keep it a nice stark white color, kind of shiny, glossy, where I'm not glazing. So I'm going to go get a new rag. Here's a good one, and just dip it in some water and kind of just squeeze it out. So it's just a little damp, and then I'm going to come back up, start at the top again, or wherever need be, and just rub down. And then it'll keep it in the creases where it's supposed to, but it'll also take it out of where you don't want it. So I'm just going to kind of rub back over it. Oh, having a hard time taping. I'm going to rub back over it. Just kind of rub on this side and just got all the extra off that I don't really want. Just go quick. Don't try to be perfect on it. And then if you get to a part where you're missing black, you can go add more black. If you get to a part where black has dried and you don't like it, you can just use spray paint on a little bit of brush or just some white craft paint or whatever color you're using that matches, and just go back over with the white and cover back up the black that you don't like. But I think it looks really cute. I like it a whole lot better than just a white bed, and a million times better than the old brown oak color that it was. So if you have questions, just ask and I'll try to answer them. But it's pretty simple and it's really fun, and it's actually really easy, and it doesn't take very long at all to do. So hopefully you like it, and if you try to glaze, it works out great. Good luck.